D-list.
Give me my music, Jay.
What is this about today?
All right, Sacramento Kings fans, I know we're bummed about what happened on Monday, the NBA draft lottery. No draft pick, first-round draft pick, came within one number of actually getting the top pick. But I got 5 and a possible 6 guys, Whitey, who are out there available for trade probably that could, in the right situation, Sacramento turn into an all-star caliber player, a May, June kind of player. Because that's what we're looking for, right?
Sure.
We got guys that can play 82 games out of the season, put up big numbers. But we need a dude that can deliver when it matters the most. Carry the franchise. Ready?
Yes.
Starting at number 5. And you could chime in on this. You and Jay can say, but that dude, I don't know about him. At number 5. I'm going to go to the Motor City. Detroit basketball. Jaden Ivy. I look at what the Pistons were able to do without Jaden Ivy. They advanced, made the playoffs, first round, gave the Knicks all they could handle. They got Thompson, they got Duren, they got Cade Cunningham. They already got a nice young nucleus. What we've seen them missing in the postseason is another veteran that can score the basketball. We got a few of those on our roster, a couple of those. And so if I'm Scott Perry, one guy I'm looking at, Jaden Ivy. And here's why, Whitey. Whoever we trade for, ideally is a young player that can blossom in. Jaden Ivy, former number 5 overall pick. This guy right now, only 23 years of age, just turned 23
Did you want the Kings to take him? I know a lot of people wanted the Kings
I was high on Jaden Ivy. I was high. And so I look at a guy like Jaden Ivy. To me, he can develop into a Devin Booker kind of elite scorer. He can handle the rock. He can shoot the ball. He can get to the basket. Jaden Ivy would be a guy I would target Scott Perry if I was you. What do you think about Jaden Ivy?
I'm just he's young. He's nice. I worry about his fit with some of the guys you have on the roster, but young and talented, nothing wrong with that. Somebody here in the chateau, Razor Rudy says, Ivy told Sacramento not to draft him. He didn't even want to come to Sac.
But dude, he's a bit part in Detroit. He's a role player in Detroit. Come here to Sac. And here's the thing, Whitey. You said the fit and all this. When you get a Jaden Ivy, you got him, Keegan Murray. I'm building around that.
I like that.
That's my core. That's my coalition, if you will, right there. Number 4 on my list. I'm going to Portland, Oregon.
Jeremy Grant.
What is he, like 46 now? No, that ship has sailed. Shaden Sharp. They got a glut of guards, a glut of wings up there in Portland. They'll probably draft another one in this draft. To me, Shaden Sharp has shown some flashes. Athletic ability. Rookie season shot 36% from 3. He could rebound the ball. 4.5 rebounds in just 31 minutes at his position. 18.5 points. Close to 3 assists. This is a guy that has all-star potential. And the thing I like about Shaden Sharp, I truly believe he has a flair for the big stage. Right now, though, he's competing with too many mouths to feed out there in Portland. Anthony Simons want to be the guy. DeAndre Ayton want to be the guy. Give me Shaden Sharp. Let him and Keegan Murray be the franchise going forward. Shaden Sharp, when you look at him, 21 years of age, about to turn 22, Whitey. 6'6", long, his wingspan, I ain't even look it up, but I guarantee you would like Shaden Sharp's wingspan. I'm looking it up right now. Here's the thing about him. Went to Kentucky, never actually played for Kentucky. 6'11 and a half wingspan.
Ooh.
Like it. There you go, Jay. Pushing. And that was at the Combine a few years ago. He might have grown a little bit. So make a run at Shaden Sharp, Scott Perry, if you will. What do you think about that?
Like him young, like that he's 6'6", not a great shooter last year.
Right.
But do you have anything other than, guys going to play off guard for me a lot.
You want a point guard?
Anything? You have any wings? These good. These are good. These are great. Young core pieces going forward. You have any front court pieces?
How about this guy?
Don't sound too impressed, Whitey.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's just 5 and 4.
Right.
That's
That's
the
right.
bottom of the list.
How about number 3? You want a little bigger guy with some wingspan?
I'd be interested in looking at that too. Yeah.
With a little bit of wingspan
Uh-huh.
as well. And I feel like this guy is being lost in his current situation. Wingspan at the combine was 7'1". Can knock down the 3 ball, can defend, can handle. Starting for the Houston Rockets, Jabari Smith Jr. I feel like he's getting lost in the shuffle. He actually came off the bench for them down the stretch.
Yeah. He could be a guy.
He could be a guy. I'm looking at him. I look at what Trey Murphy has done in New Orleans, the elevation that he's made, and I see that for Jabari Smith. To me, he reminds me a bit of Keegan Murray in the fact that you got other veterans, guys that are stymieing his growth.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted somebody big, a front court player? This guy could play the 3. He could play the 4.
He could shoot.
He could shoot. Jabari Smith Jr. Scott Perry, holler at him. What do you think about that?
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
They must have some plan for him. He's going to supplant somebody. But yeah, if I
Yeah.
can pry him loose, yes.
All right. At number 2, 6'6" listed on Basketball Reference.
By the way, aren't all your guys so far from the same draft class? No.
I got a
Yeah.
lot of
They're all from the
guys
same draft class.
because I'm looking at young guys.
Okay,
I'm looking
all right.
at young guys that potentially could make that leap. So I'm not going to say Cade Cunningham or somebody that's already there.
Mhm.
These are guys that in the right situation, given the opportunity, can really take off.
Let me guess. Benedict Mathurin.
Bing, 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 bong. 100%. Number
Really?
2. Hell yeah. I mean, heck yes, Benedict Mathurin. Are you dissing Benedict Mathurin?
I was just picking a random
Oh,
name
yeah.
from that draft
He's
class.
number 2 on my list. Heck yeah. Give me Benedict Mathurin. And here's why. They already signed Nimhard to an extension, a longer deal. Nimhard's going to be there. I know that's your guy, but he's not going anywhere. Ben Mathurin is coming off the bench right now for the Indiana Pacers. This is a guy.
He's good.
He's good, right?
Yeah.
16.1 points. You look at some of his shooting numbers. This year, a little down, 34%. But last year,
I
37.4.
can live with 34% too.
And
that's a down year.
The thing I like about Benedict Mathurin, and I actually like them coming out of college as well. I was a big fan of Ben Mathurin coming out of college as well. Arizona. The thing I like about Benedict Mathurin, Whitey, he got a little dog in him.
Yeah, he does.
He got a little bit of dog, and we haven't seen a whole lot of it, but what he did to DeAndre Hunter the other day, and he didn't back down from that smoke. Benedict Mathurin, to me, has all-star potential that may not be realized because Indiana is deep at his position.
He's a good player. To me, that wasn't being a dog. That was a dirty play. I'm not saying I wouldn't take him.
Right.
Punching a guy in the stomach.
I need a little bit of that.
Okay.
You know what? I don't like you, and I'm going to show you I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
We got too many nice guys right now on the roster.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, we got too many guys that just want to play basketball instead of compete for basketball. So Benedict Mathurin is number 2. I got 2 more guys. I'm going to give you my number 1.
Who's honorable mention then?
You want me to get honorable
Yeah, give me
mention?
honorable mention first.
You guys this may be controversial.
Okay. So is this guy not on the list, or is
He's
this
not on the list.
Number 1?
He's
okay.
he might even be the D list should be 6 people.
All right.
Because this guy should be on the list. He shouldn't be disrespected with an honorable mention.
Okay.
Going to Portland, Oregon, the Rose City. They don't know what to do with him out there. You got too many guards. Scoot Henderson. Here's the thing about Scoot Henderson. I'm talking about a guy that can come here and we let loose. Take the chains and the shackles off Scoot Henderson, Chauncey Billups. This guy has shown flashes. And for some reason, it's not, maybe because you got Anthony Simon up there, maybe because you got Shaden Sharp. You got all these guards up there. Scoot, to me, is the kind of guy that needs 30 to 35 minutes a night and let him do his thing. There was a reason, Whitey. He was what? The number 2 overall pick, I think it was. You know, if you can't tell me that this guy doesn't have talent. Everybody was high on Scoot. Remember, some people even thought maybe he would be in the conversation for number 1.
They did
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you know, Victor Wembanyama is the guy. But to me, Scoot Henderson, he's a young guy that I think him, Keegan Murray, you start to build off of. What do you think about Scoot Henderson?
To be honest, I've never been as high on him as other people because I always would tell Chris Watkins, Scoot can't shoot. However, last year he got his 3-point percentage up. What is he? Like you said, he's very, very young. So, yeah.
You on board?
Again, young,
and
talent.
he might be available, right? Portland, they got all these young guards. You know, they're going to have to do something. So maybe Scoot Henderson, number 1. And I don't know if this guy is going to be available, but this is a guy I'm pushing all my chips in.
All
Sacramento
chips
Kings
in.
fans.
Here we go. You want to save him?
Yes.
All right.
We got a quick break.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll come back with the number 1 guy on Drapes D list next on Sactown Sports. These fans across the valley on the edge of their seats here, waiting to find out who's number 1 on Kyle Draper's D list. Young players that he thinks could be available and could be future centerpieces for the Kings. Number 5 on the list, Jaden Ivy. Is Scoot Henderson is like 6 or he's 5A?
Nah, he's probably like 1A or 2, 2B or something like that.
Because Jaden Ivy, Shaden Sharp, Jabari Smith Jr., Benedict Mathan, and Scoot Henderson.
I'm big on Scoot.
Scoot was like number 1A or
A, yeah.
So 1A. Yeah. So we need the number 1 pick, and people are very excited about it.
Okay. I can't give it yet.
Yes.
All right, now I can. Thank you.
CJ says, number 1 guy. Are you thinking we're getting Luka Doncic?
Come on now. Come on now, CJ. The number 1 D-list prospect that I think Sacramento and Scott Perry should go for. Now, mind you, the NBA draft lottery altered this, so I don't know if this guy is actually going to be available. But if they got the number 1 pick, even the number 2 pick, I think maybe, just maybe, this guy might be available.
Marketing?
I'm going down to Jay's favorite city outside of Sacramento. His East Coast team that he likes to watch. The Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it, Drake.
It's not him, Jay. It's not LaMelo.
Oh,
Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is a stud. He's a future star, and I feel like people are forgetting about this guy.
It happens when they go there.
Right? Like, look at some of his numbers. You guys, I'll pull up his numbers right here, too, Whitey. When you look at 21 points per game, 35.5% from 3, close to 5 rebounds. I know he had some injury issues because of, this last season with Charlotte, torn scaphoid ligament in his right wrist. But this guy, if I'm them, I wouldn't give him up. But there's been talk that they would move off of him. If I'm Scott Perry, Brandon Miller to me is a chips all in kind of prospect. I thought he thrived this year without LaMelo. And here's why. The ball was in his hands more.
He took 18 shots a game.
Yes, he showed but Whitey. And I understand the field goal percentage was 40, but the 3-point he took 10.9 threes a game and hit 35.5. If I bring that down to 8 threes a game, better shot selection, this guy could be a 40% 3-point shooter. That's what he was known for coming out of college.
I know they played him some in the backcourt. You see him as a 2-3, strictly a 3.
I see him as a 2-3. And when we talk about 2, we're talking long, athletic.
Oh, yeah, 6'9".
6'9", wingspan, 7 feet. Like, to me, Brandon Miller has star potential, and he's young. That's the thing, Sacramento. He's 22, turned 23 in November. If I'm Scott Perry, I'm not targeting a KD or somebody of that ilk. Or, Norman Powell was going to be on my list, but he's 31. So I said, nope, we're talking about, instead of tanking, rebuilding with youth. If we can get any of those 6 guys I just mentioned, now you got a young core I think you can start building around.
And you said yourself he'd be hard to get. You'd probably have to give up a lot of draft capital, wouldn't you, from a young team that they're also building? How could you even convince them to think about parting with him you'd probably have to be willing to give up some of your future picks, wouldn't you?
I might even be, and listen up, Kings fans. I know y'all might, you might drive off the road when you hear this. I don't want you to get into an accident. I might even be willing to give up a couple of protected first-round draft picks. Because here's the thing. If we're holding on to our draft picks, 2027 San Antonio, where you think that pick going to be, Whitey?
Not a very good pick,
Exactly.
probably.
So I'm not saying give up all our picks. Maybe you give up the San Antonio pick. I wouldn't give up the Minnesota pick, but maybe you give up one of yours in 2031 or whatever it is. Like, to me, these are the kind of moves that can change your franchise on the fly, help you now, but also help you build for the future. Look at all those guys I just mentioned. To me, one of those guys could be our SGA, our Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Whitey. That's what I'm talking about.
Love Brandon Miller. Love it.
Love. You like that one,
man.
Jay?
You can have anything off my roster.